Hey guys, it's Tia here. Today's podcast is going to be a little bit different than usual just because the audio that you are about to hear wasn't intended to be a podcast at all. I wanted to use this interview as a part of my article, but I think there are a lot of nice moments and bits between that would have gotten lost if I had written it down. So apologies in advance for the quality. It was all shot on my phone. If at any point you get confused when we're referring to a book, we're talking about the initial draft for how to navigate your breathing. Cam actually scanned a few of those pages and put it on his Instagram. So either I or other Tia will leave a link to that in the article. Anyways, I hope you enjoy. All right, bye. This last act, just wondering if you could talk through it a little bit without giving away too much that you don't want to before showing it yourselves, obviously. So like what was the sort of central idea and concept to this final thing, and what did you want to leave off on?
Yeah, with the whole idea of the project is about it's not about necessarily winning, or winning is the the idea that happiness or that
journey v destination.
Journey v destination. There is no destination. There is no final step in life. There is no moment where you finish walking up the flight of stairs, right, and you can get there and it's just all the same. Like that process occurs in every moment. And the idea behind the whole project is
you can't win.
You can't win, but you can learn to be okay.
Yeah.
Within the storm.
That's what I was saying. Like, it's all about becoming better.
Yeah.
Not necessarily being the best, because no one or no life will be the best. Like, nothing's perfect. So I guess this is.
Those things are never going to be. That's never going to stop. So learning to
never resolve.
There's always once something's done, another thing happens.
And that's the idea of something being done is like arbitrary in itself, because it's still affecting you. So those things are always, that like something that happened 10 years ago never finished happening because it still lives on within you.
Yeah.
And so dealing with everything in a way that you're able to just keep walking through and not be as affected.
Well, life isn't just meant to be fair. It's just not.
Yeah.
But it's how we deal with it, I guess, and then it just becomes it doesn't necessarily get better, but it might become easier for some people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
it's
and
there's that. Yeah. There's that, and then there's that kind of shown through, like the. A lot of the earlier concepts were tied in with some symbolism around substance abuse and escapism through things and running away from, like, a big part of Nev's project, I think, from what I gathered during it. It was
through Slow March.
Yeah, through Slow March it was about running and then confronting and then facing and embracing.
Yeah, for sure. Like, Slow March was pretty much that. It's very, like, introspective.
Yeah.
And I guess, I tried to, like, put a visual, like, I tried to translate that visually through, like, the 6 animations.
Yeah.
Kind of starting off very, kind of, like, angry with yourself. And then as the person kind of, like, talked, through it all with themselves, kind of like accepted it and tried to just move on. And I guess that's when like Muddy Water comes into it as like the last part.
That's I guess it's the moving on part.
Yeah.
And then ready to face the next challenge. I guess.
It sounds like it's an end without a finale kind of thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Or a finale without an end maybe is better, but yeah.
Yeah, that would be it. It's like that there's never an end to anything like that. The idea that there isn't. It keeps going. I'm going to like be sad or depressed in a week's time cleaning a pool, or I might be washing the dishes and stuff. But
Yeah.
that's just something you have to like kind of work. Yeah, that's the faces. That's reality. But
That helps put a lot of it into perspective for me, I think. Like, just from, you know, seeing this whole experience and living through it at the gigs and all that. And that kind of brings me on to my other question, because I was thinking about the whole how to navigate your breathing. And to me, it's a real cinematic experience. And I think, obviously, because you guys have a bit of a maps background, you know, I haven't seen an artist do that before and prolong it for that amount of time. And I think it's really amazing of you guys to do this for like a year or so and just fulfill it to its absolute breadth.
like that whole thing of committing to a project and committing to a piece of art for that long is, I mean, it's not easy. It's like I suck with commitment to things and to like I'll just like throw things off and stuff. But it was like a real, for us, we had it planned at the beginning and we're like, we're going to finish this and we will. It's something to take us through. It was like our guiding light, our Northern Star, to just keep us moving forward. And so even through all of, you know, the kind of everything you experience in working in an industry like this and the ups and downs, having something like that, like the project itself is that idea in a way, or has become that idea of like being able to stay on track by putting things aside and just focusing on the task at hand and moving forward with that. And like, I mean, it's kind of a bit ironic when it ended in coronavirus and a world struggling with breathing. I mean, like it in the way that it's funny because something like that, something like you know, is really puts a weight on the ability for people to create and to express and stuff.
Yeah, it was so cool because like we collectively came up with the idea of the concept EP, and you know we kind of like embodied that ourselves. Like
That's right.
we like went through our own things during that time, and like it was just like a direct reflection of the time, which was really cool. Like, you know, not many people like do a project like that and experience hardship during that. You know, we did it for like a year, and we also just got better at making music and got better at like producing. We knew what we needed to like improve on, like, you know, the start of it, you know, we didn't know what we exactly wanted with some tracks, and now we're like, oh, this is what we like exactly need, like, you know, a really good mixer. You know, we like Nick and Cam and like some other collaborators spent a lot of time on like producing the track to make it like real nice. And like now we're here just
it's really interesting because it's almost like this happened, but it also speaks to what your intentions were a little bit. It's a little bit meta in a sense, like the fact of like the whole idea of carrying on amidst troubles with a project that is about carrying on amidst troubles. Like, so I think in a way, if you can take anything from the negativity of COVID and stuff, you can look at it and be like, well, this was interesting and this happened.
Right. Exactly.
So
I think it was very like free flowing, and the whole project was like free flowing in the sense that it was organic and kind of like an ever changing organism. What's the word for that?
like a metamorphosis, like a
evolving.
Of,
it's just an evolving thing, like, because I mean we wrote all the ideas and shit down on this. This was like the
this is
you
can see it at the end. This is 2019 August.
Oh, that's so cool.
So
that is really
we
cool.
literally
Actually,
sat down and had all the ideas, and we did, and then Cam's just like, all right, well, I think we've got it now. Let's like put it on paper and have it. And that was kind of like I literally just found that because we were moving the other day. But I think we kind of stuck to the things that are there. We're like, that's
Yeah.
from a marketing perspective. We called it the design brief. We wanted to make a design brief.
Yeah,
for, like,
yeah.
what is like the line of consistency that's going to go throughout this, and I guess it is just that whole thing about coming to terms with the shitty or good situation that you're in, and just moving through it.
Yeah.
I think the idea is becoming more in touch with exactly how shit or your situation is, or whatever the thing is, and then just using that in a positive way instead of a negative way.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just tried to do that with every song.
Yeah. And I definitely think you did.
Thanks.
It's because it lives through not just the gigs, but in the aesthetics that you were creating outside of it. You know,
Yeah.
You weren't just going, here's a new song, we're going to do this gig that now performs it, move on to the next thing. It was this very interconnected entity, I guess, and it all functioned together.
Yeah.
It's funny that word entity, because it really does begin to feel like that when like bands and stuff that, or projects and art, that they begin to feel like their own thing, and it's not you, but it's a thing that you nourish and you have to grow and treat it like a being and give it the support that it needs.
Yeah.
And this is scary for you as well, because you say it to me every now and then that like Soda started out like as Cam's child, and then with Nev and stuff, and just hanging around at our friend's house. I wasn't even a part of it. I was just like there because they were friends of friends.
Yeah.
And how it went from being these two, their baby, to like
yeah.
to like then Jamie coming on board. Just because he was playing drums, they were like, "Oh, might as well be in the band." I'm like, "Yeah, I did that," and then I was playing with them and playing Hard to Get for a bit. So I was like, and I was a session guy, but I was actually in love with them, and then and then made it official and was like, "Yeah, it's sort of this weird like it sounds pretentious, but there's a weird like just super I don't know, enjoyable energy that has just been pulling in all these people, because like How to Navigate Your Breathing, like we'd be lying if we said it was just like Soda, because that's just not the reality. There were so many people, you know, like I'm not even going to attempt to name people, because there's just so many.
Write a list.
So many
I
people.
reckon you put like, if you could put a number on how many people have helped contribute to this
In
project,
excess of
it'd be
20 or 30.
over
Yeah,
50,
wow.
I reckon.
Yeah.
Like,
including the support cast.
well, and the crews that have worked on it, and the people that have put into the ideas,
And just 'cause they
constant
vibe it.
devotion, and
There's been no fucking money in it, and when there's been money on it, like we've just spent it on shit that you know,
that we need to make it
like
better.
gear and stuff like that. But like the people have just come along and gone, "Oh, that's pretty cool," and I think they've seen the heart in it that, you know, stemmed from Nev and Cam putting into it.
Yeah.
And they just like, "Oh, I could do that," and it kind of everyone has a little piece of the How to Navigate Your Breathing and Soda because of that. It's been really freaking cool. That's why it's that organic
works.
organism thing.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
kind of like
Where it's
growing,
not you.
coming in, and and then Cam, as I was starting off saying, like it goes away from being your baby, and that's scary as well, because you get things where like
that was it. This whole thing is about seeing where we were on the end of it.
When I say listen, I'm just like, the reason that this has gone so well is because I think Jamie shows up every fucking time. Like no matter what's going on, Jamie shows up and puts in 110%. Cam cannot not be doing something. So Cam always has to be, you know, I mean, this band in a way, I think it's fair to say, is a lifeline, right? You love this fucking band.
Oh yeah, dude. No,
So do we.
Yeah.
So like
me,
but for me, it's like anxiety is like if we're not doing anything, I'm like super anxious about it. And then Nev is a perfectionist, so it kind of goes through this like this pipeline of incessant it happening, and Jamie showing up and putting in it and making us do stuff, and my anxiety making us do stuff, and Cam coming up with these ideas, and same with everyone. But then Nev just going, hang on, let's do this. Let's do this perfectly, and that's an ode to like all the visual and songs now as well, because it's just That's what I feel.
Excited.
That
yeah,
pipeline.
That's it. Yeah.
Our overall chemistry with each other has just strengthened so much ever since. Like the chemical bond is now unbreakable.
Oh,
yeah.
At
It's
this
like
point.
chemical
Yeah.
bloody
I had to roll it off.
Osmosis. It's just neurons, man.
Osmosis.
That's my yeah, and it's cool because we're like fucking looking at that. Well, that's pretty crazy. The date there.
That
Yeah,
is
yeah.
really,
That
that's
didn't-
crazy.
Didn't
We've
realize.
surpassed it. We're late.
Yeah.
We're a month late.
That's okay.
That's
What do you
really-
mean?
It's still very cool though.
No, but I'm saying that
That'd be
like
funny.
we made this plan and like it's and like I
This turned into
A
lots
year
of
of my life.
literally
Yeah.
though, like
Literally a year.
our whole like probably some of us the most professional thing we've done musically.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
But and this is
Remind
also
us.
was just to like go like you guys go. Let's just do this because I'm a big believer in just like if I just did stuff by myself, it would just be half-assed like stuff that I just do because I'm incessantly trying to do stuff because I feel anxious about things that I have to do it. But
yeah.
as I said, the pipeline is that like that energy pushes into Cam and then pushes back into me and then Nev will be like, no, but let's do this perfectly. And it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's been really fucking fun this whole year.
It's been fun.
I just noticed
No,
that.
you guys have done a really good job, and I think you've brought a lot of the Adelaide community together in a big way. No, I'm serious. Like I'm friends with Tia because we went to your gig, and I think about that all the time. Like we met at uni, but it was like I'd never really shown any interest to like the music scene, to be honest, like the local scene at least. And then Tia was like, oh, like just come to this one thing, and then I was like, oh, this is really cool. Like this is great, and like I think about the fact that if we had not done that one thing, there would have been so much that we would have not discussed, and like in terms of art and music and just the culture here. And then we became friends and then went to Oz Underground together and stuff like that. It's
Which
all
you're killing right now as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, very cool.
Thank you.
New direction.
Yeah, so like I think you guys are impacting in really cool ways outside of how to navigate your breathing, just as Soda as well. Yeah.
Just a big family just having fun.
No, that's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And then like trying to.
Yeah.
It feels like.
I guess it's like me. It's just realizing that like, well, I can't really do anything else.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's this point
all
where,
my
like,
friends are hanging like uni degrees on the wall, and it's like,
Okay.
the guitar, like it's just you and me, man.
We are too far into this now. I can't redirect.
Desperation.
You should just like get some like degree paper and just write Soda.
Yeah. No, I've got to hear. What is it?
Year-long diploma.
Yeah. No, just frame the little booklet. Like
You get a diploma. Yeah, you get diploma in soda.
that's got a nice little ring to it.
Yeah,
Diploma in
maybe.
Soda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, what
Ooh.
else do you want?
Next
We'll
question.
round
Yeah,
off
there
that.
wasn't.
well, like,
You guys have pretty much answered everything just organically, to be honest.
like really?
Yeah.
Ah, that's funny.
I mean,
You'd hate it.
well, I guess I'll finish off on the ironic. Ironic? No. What do you want to call it? The most obvious question.
Yeah.
What's next?
What's next?
What's the next thing?
Well, we just got this cool
So
space, because we're like obviously moved into this new house here, and I'm living with Peter from the Mondays and a bunch of other dudes that are like creative and doing their own thing in their own realm. And I'm just excited to start recording ourselves and
Yeah.
really just putting energy that we put in.
Into the.
I want to, really explore the writing and co-writing with like
music.
just everyone just coming in, and not that we haven't before, but just really just see what we can do.
Devoting,
Yeah.
devoting this like all the that same thing, and applying kind of similar principles about structures and creative momentum to the writing sphere and the performing sphere. So that's really going to look like, I mean, we're under the, I mean, can I say that we're getting another person to help out with live
Yeah.
performance?
Like-
Yeah.
Because we realised that we're just getting someone else, Lockie, to come in and play.
We spent this time establishing ourselves as a presence, like as an artistic.
Who we are, defining
Who
yeah,
we
like-
are.
Yeah.
We said that. I think now this next stage is just to do what we are really
Yeah,
about,
yeah, same.
which is having I mean, longer form music.
Yeah, so like
Mm-hmm.
instead of singles, we want to.
we're gonna be doing the
EP
same thing
next,
with
so-
EPs.
Yeah, okay.
Right. That's it, isn't it?
Plural.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, I guess like now, after this, how to navigate your breathing concept. Now it's time to like take the step in the
Dude,
band
take the step,
direction.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Don't die over there.
like we haven't put much stuff out, and we're due to.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I think that's like it's just that fun. We've done that, and now it's the next bit where everyone can enjoy more music, and we have it's like you're not dropping a it's like it's not dropping fish feed into a pool.
Mm-hmm.
It's dropping it into a
Yeah,
into
make
a pond where
yeah.
there are actually like
yeah.
you don't want to create in a vacuum.
Yeah, of course.
Like that place where people will be able to enjoy that because you have people that are there to enjoy it
Yeah, of course.
rather than just putting out stuff. That
Yeah.
no one-
I guess that's what's so cool. You have an established audience, so now you can just do what you want a little bit, I guess.
yeah, and focus on like taking it to other places,
Mm.
you know, out further and spreading that kind of web
Yeah.
of influence
Mm-hmm.
around.
No rules.
No,
Oh,
nice. Oh, well, thanks, guys.
thank you.